Well, let's get a little idea here about the Citta della Pieve. It's a pretty nice market as markets go. And we've just gone down. Coco, come on, seguire here. And we've just gone off to the, let's see what direction would that be. The east, there's 5 stands out here, which are all food oriented in the shade of the church. Coco, seguire. And some wines, prosciutto, salamis, more vegetables, vegetale. And these are pretty good vendors. All these markets aren't the same. And Citta della Pieve up here is, I don't know, on a scale to 1 to 5 as far as size of Italian towns and touristiness and everything. I'm probably gonna have to expand this scale, but I'm gonna say it's in the middle, someplace. It's not heavily touristed, but very high quality. A place to relax. Just put it that way for now. So there's honey over there, and everything's local here. It's great food, but when you're visiting, you probably aren't going to be cooking, so who knows, you might want to stop and get some cherries to munch on or something as you go. But they have the street closed off here. So normally these. Okay, now here's we're getting into one of the vendors we see down in Tavernelli, which is not as big a market. Coco, seguire. I mean it now. And a lot of these vendors are, they're great for daily stuff, but not for shopping in Italy. Just a second here. Okay, so we're just getting back into this market a little bit here. And, I'm not really going to look at the labels on any of this stuff. I'll show you the €10 tag for some of the stuff on the rack there. The prices are really, really good, but a lot of these vendors travel around. The towns that are big enough to have a market, these vendors will spend one day at every one. So when you see these vans going down the highway with this thing on top all folded up, a little engineering marvel. This is one of the main squares here where we've got a nice spot to pop in. We're going to go in later today for a gelato here, maybe a sandwich. Coco. And this part of the market doesn't interest me much. It's closed. I like the food part, but who knows, you might find some accessory you like here. Grab a nice hat to keep the sun off. Oh, scusi. Coco. No, scusi. Yeah, €10 seems to be the price there for some slacks or whatever. Here's some men's clothes. But, the prices are good. But you have to know what your size is in the European size system for that. I looked it up a couple times, but I still haven't bought any clothes here. I suppose you could slip behind one of these booths and try them on. You'd have enough privacy. Oops. Scusi, grazie. Nocciola. Come on. But I am looking for a Coco. Hey, seguire. I am looking for a nice light linen shirt. So maybe I will keep an eye open for that. Now here, if you want to buy Italian, this is where you go. Now, you see Stetson there, but the shops in town, in the small towns, prices are a little bit higher. You can find a lot more competition and, find Italian in the bigger cities. I shouldn't say cities, but Florence, whatnot. Now here's another plaza. Did I mention we're in Citta della Pieve? I think so. There's a nice portrait across the way. This is permanently set up. Over here it's Piero Petrelli. No. That's a friend of mine's name. I've got a mental block because a friend of mine's name is Piero as well. I want to say Petrelli, but it's yeah. He was a teacher of Michelangelo. Oh yeah, so they've got the flags out here, which is nice. Oh, let's get back out in the street here. Coco? Seguire. Capisce? No. Seguire. Buona. Yeah, so Citta della Pieve. Oh, here's another little cafe. Yeah, I think there's yet another one down here. We get over here maybe once every 6 weeks or something. They've got more fixed stores here where you can buy some very nice Italian products, and the prices are much higher than this stuff on the street, but they're still less than in the United States. So we always thought that made a nice souvenir. Yeah. Okay, so I think this is the end of the market. Yeah, because they're letting traffic around in here. And this is a great day here. They've got these different things opened up here. No sé, and Calais and what is this? It's a little courtyard here. Back to, oh, it's a well. I don't think we've been back to this well before, have we, the puppy dogs? It's just a cool place out of the sun here. Ah, this is opened. Biblioteca. Oh no, yeah, this is the library. Biblioteca Comunale. Francesco Melioso. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and here's some kind of a. What's this? Wario di Apertura. Let's see, hours open. Apertura. Okay, so this is from 9 to 1 every day from. Lunatic from Monday to Friday, and then also in the afternoon. Okay, so that's an obelisk. Well, okay, I don't see no dog store. Let's see here, Coco. Obelisco Etrusco. 7th century before Christ. 6th century before Christ. That's pretty cool. Okay, Coco, let's keep this one in mind. Continue on our journey here. Good girl. Okay, so we're going to go back into the market here. And maybe we'll have a walk down to the famous street here. It's, what's it called? The Street of the Little Kiss or something like that. And this market, yeah, it's a little bigger than Tavernelle. Maybe it's just better organized. I think it is maybe 50% bigger. And it's in a nicer place. So, these are men's shirts. Hold on here. Need a more light summer wear. To walk something back a bit, I did stop and look at a shirt. It was too small for me, but it was made in Italy. Look here, made in Italy. So maybe we've got a little bit higher end here. Made in Italy. So I'm thinking, yeah. Some Dockers like I've got on. I can't tell if they're made in Italy or not. Let's see here. They don't say. I'm not sure. Interesting. Yeah, hiking boots are something that's on my list. Get up over my ankles, but not today. Newsstand. Coco, coco, coco. Coco, seguire. Buona. Let's see here. I can't see if it's made in Italy or not. This one. Let's see. Buongiorno. Made in Italy? Fatto in Italia? I don't know. Scusi. Okay, so I made my first purchase at one of these markets. And this guy, it's not Italian here, it's Chinese. And I just bought some cargo shorts. Pretty handy. Made sure the pockets were big enough for my phone, which they are. But they're made in China, 15 euros, so you can't beat that. Now back on the search for some more light, very, very light kind of a shirt. I've got a couple light shirts, but I hate shopping. Really freaking hate shopping. So I've been making do, but you can only go so many times. So it seems like to me there's a lot more women's clothing here than men's. Coco seguire. Good girl, come on. Clear the traffic jam. Okay, Coco seguire. Come on, sweetie. Good girl. Oh, here's some men's stuff. Pants. Women's stuff. Oh, something smells good. Oh yeah, this is where we're gonna have our gelato later. Let's let it calm down in there a little bit. Okay, Gnocchi's done good in the crowd here. Aren't you, sweetie? Sure, you seem to be okay with crowds now. There you go, there we go, Coco. Some other dogs. Well, let's get out of the flow for a bit. Oh yeah, this is interesting. Coco, Gnocchi, come here. Now, Citta della Pieve. Coco, seguire. This is into tourist information here, and this is a converted, not a converted, I don't know, it's a church, but this one's got a neat little courtyard up in here with a nice view. Now this view, I should mention that Citta della Pieve is in the kind of extreme west of Umbria. If you drive down over the hill from here, you're in Tuscany. So from this direction we can see back into Umbria, and in a little bit here we're going to walk to where we can see over to the Tuscan side, and it's a great view of you can see the Tuscan mountains better from western Umbria than you can from Tuscany. Now this is looks like an old well there, yeah. And a lot of these towns, I know Perugia, it's got an Etruscan well you can visit, which is open on the eastern edge of, the western edge of Umbria. Here is a lot of, I think it's about as far as the Etruscans made it, this far south. I think as you get further north, they made it further west. I could be mistaken on that, though. But here's our look back into the market. There's our spot for coffee, Coco. Not too sunny. Looks like there's a little shade up there. And this is not the most impressive view by any means of the Apennines in Umbria. A little bit, there's a modern Citta della Pieve outside the walls. And the church. There's a nice courtyard behind here as well, on that side. of the street here. Goes up in. And what can I say? Yeah, a nice breeze up here too, despite the fact that it's very sunny. What time is it? It's about 10 o'clock here now in the morning, and yeah, it's starting to warm up. Today is July 6th, and why did I want to mention the date? I don't know. Because we're starting to get into the warm season. Not that bad yet. It's been kind of mild compared to last year. Okay, let's stop here a minute. A monkey, you want to jump up here, don't you? You're not gonna. It's not a good enough place for you to jump up. Coco, you ready to walk some more? I am. Let's get going here. Okay, so there's a line at the gelateria there where we would normally get our gelato. So we're going to take a break from the market because there's just not enough men's shirts here for nothing I'm looking for here. Let's check this last one here. No, this is all women's. Oh, scusi. Coco. Seguire. And we're going to take one of our little walks here down to something out of the way. I think Noki knows she's been down here before. She's ready to go. Oh, here's a store here. Huh? We have shoes, shirts. Oh, let's take a look. Come on. Okay, Noki. Come on. Okay, they had them there. Linen shirts, very nice. No pocket though, and no short sleeves. Full button up, which is what I like, instead of the pullover types. And anyway, they were pretty nice, but no pockets, none with a pocket. 45 euros, made in Italy. They were, what can I say, very nice shirts. But you're not intending to go up here, are you? You might be. Watch this. Watch these guys. Okay. So yeah, the residents fall in the mirror. That might not be a resident. He might be. Wow. Okay, you think that street's narrow. We're going to the narrowest street in Italy. And it's oh, come on there. Come on, Coco. Seguire. Oh, she wants to smell every place a dog peed on the corner somewhere. Don't you, Coco? That's what dogs do. See who's been around. Yeah, here's another shop. I forget the name of this street, but it has a lot of shops. And so, yeah, Citta della Pieve is a really nice size. Not blasted full of tourists. If you work out a little bit of Italian before you go in the store and try, you'll be in good shape. The translator didn't work in that store, which is weird. Buongiorno. Yeah. Okay. Buongiorno. Yeah, I forget where that street is. It's down here on the left someplace, not too far. We were on it once before. Let's stay on this side because we're out of the sun. All the dog walkers are on this side. Oh, got a poop situation there. Emergency. Good girls. Good girls. Yeah, I think it's right there. That's the street. Doesn't look narrow enough though. We might have to go down there to get to it, though. Oh, Coco, come. Come on here. No, that's not it. Because the road divides up here. That's on the left. But this is one of the, see the old gate there? You can see the brick pillars there. All right, Coco, seguire, seguire. Hey, 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 hey. Buongiorno. No, no. Okay, we go. Grazie. Ooh. Yeah, sunglasses. Major thing here. Italy has almost like a monopoly on the world's sunglasses market. Any good ones. You could probably buy. Yeah, I don't think the Chinese are Italian owned. Okay, so we're getting ready for lunch here. It tells us, oh, Perugino, Piero Perugino. How can I forget that? He's pretty famous. His tomb is maybe 5 kilometers from our house. And he was born here in Citta della Pieve, and then opened a studio, or not a studio, a school, an art school in Perugia. So he was a Renaissance leader. And yeah, let's go down here. Come on, Nookie. I think we have to make a little cut here somewhere. Coco, seguire. Coco, hey, seguire. So, yeah, Perugino. I mentioned before he was look at these bricks. Wow, that is some texture for you. Now, I don't know what to say about this, but there's a lot of bricks in Perugia, or not Perugia, Citta della Pieve, because they found clay close by. Oh, look here, how is that intentional? How this concrete is all scrolly here? I don't think so. Huh, wild. That might have something. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this is brick that was, no? It's not brick that was relayed. But these bricks, see the thickness of these bricks? See the thickness of these bricks right beside it? The thicknesses of those bricks tell me, I believe, that these are pre-Roman. Or at least that these old bricks are pre-Roman. Because the Romans, Coco, it would be a lot easier if you would just follow. Seguire. Anyway, as I was saying, one of the many Roman innovations was to standardize the size of bricks. And since there are two sizes here, some are older. I guess you could probably tell something by looking at the ones that are down low and the ones that are up high. They might be repairs during the Roman times or post-Roman times, because once you've got a standard, you know, it makes sense to stick with it. Now, let's see here. That's a little, is that a courtyard? Is that looks public. Via del Pero. Oh, this isn't the way we were going to get down here, but it gets us to where we need to be. Buongiorno. Buongiorno. Okay, and here's what I was talking about. We'll find that little street. It's right along here. It's either down this way about, it might be at the top of that little hill there. But these are those Tuscan mountains I was telling you about. Coco, seguire. You're testing my patience. Seguire. Buona. Yeah, it's fairly clear today, not as clear as it gets. And this isn't the best view of these mountains from this city. There's the mountains just south of here on the same ridge. You can see south for quite a way. In this valley is the A1 interstate. It runs north-south from somewhere above Florence. I don't know how far north it goes. It might go, I don't really know. I know it goes to Florence and it leads to Rome, and it probably, I'm certain it goes much further south than Rome, but I've only personally traveled it from that distance, so I'll leave that to the map. But this, if you get out on this end of the city here, Citta della Pieve, out that point, that church, you should be able to see this northern part of the mountains, and from there south, which was what I was talking about. But anyway, it's a grand view, really grand view. We got some rocks and some bricks here. So this is on the wall of the city. It's more or less the western wall of the city. And the Torre de Scovo. No, this is definitely not where we want to be. So let's go. We're going to find that street here. Oh, here it is. Vocabolo della Bacciadonna. Vicolo Bacciadonna. There it is. This is the narrowest street in Italy. Poco seguire. Buongiorno. Okay. So, I mean, there are bicycles you could not push through here if the handlebars were too wide. And it's, I think, possible in the morning with a cup of coffee to walk straight down the middle and not bump the sides. But it's not a very long street. It just connects these two. Okay, so we're back out. Now from here, I'm learning my way to that street because it's a kind of it's a place to go. You know, everybody goes to that street. Good place to kiss your girlfriend. And that's why it's called Bacciadonna, which means kiss woman. Baccio is a kiss, Donna is a woman. It's Kiss Woman Street. So now, this is a civil office here. I don't think we want to go this way, guys. Let's turn around. Hey. Okay, let's have a word with Coco. Okay, so we're back up the main market square here. And this little offshoot comes out where we've got public restrooms, and let's see, we're parked down around the bend there. They've got a Conad or an EMI mini market here. It's like a Conad. I think they do have an actual Conad here. So that's they've got pretty good shopping. Not big supermarkets, but easy shopping. And they don't rip you off too bad. Coco. Good girls. Let's go. Hold on. Aspetta. Look both ways. No, Noki. Aspetta. Come on, let's go this way. Sinistra. Okay, and let's see how busy they are at the gelato shop. If they're not too bad, maybe we'll stop and get our gelato. How's that sound, Coco? Sure. Yeah, we're only here at 10:30 now, and the sun's starting to get into its. Here. Oh, Coco, easy, seguire. The church is open. We can't go in there, Coco. It's not too good to bring dogs in. Those are big candles. Jeez. They look from here like they're over a meter tall. Wow. Okay. So, let's see how the line is here. And if we can get a good seat. It's not much of a line. I've got a couple tables. Okay, gelato time. Okay, so we've just left the market. Let's turn down that air conditioning fan a little bit here. And also let's get this guy off my tail. We could just turn around here and go home. This is the street we came down to get to the Kiss the Woman Street, Bacciadonna Street. So that's good to remember. But the reason I wanted to slow down there a little bit, let's take a go nice and slow up ahead here. This is on the sort of the westernish part of town is how you get out of it. I'm gonna have to remember this correctly, but I hope this doesn't go back up into town and around town as I recall. But I might have to go a little bit further down the hill. We'll see. Yeah, this is the one. So you get this really nice view of Citta della Pieve here, but off to our right, let's see, we can get a view of those mountains over in Tuscany. And as we get out on the point there by that church, you see that tower there, we might get that nice view down the Apennines. So let's just, I'm being tailgated by a Piaggio. You're going slow when a Piaggio can keep up with you. So he's just gonna have to be a patient Piaggio. Oh, this Citta della Pieve has like four churches, all Catholic, I think. It might have 5 or 6, I don't know, but I know of at least 4. Now here's the one where we saw the tower just a minute ago. And wow, if I could find a place to pull over here and park. Yeah, no, that goes to a driveway. There goes the Piaggio and a Fiat Panda. The perfect vehicle for Italy. But you have to remember when you come here too, yeah, here's that view I was talking about. You have to go out on here. And there's no place to park. And this street here, Garibaldi Street, is a great place to walk down to it. So you have to walk the whole way, through Citta della Pieve, which is not much of a walk at all. Oh, here's some parking spots. Is that a parking spot in the end there? Close enough, I think. Yeah. Okay, we're going to call this a parking spot. Okay, so we snuck ourselves into this courtyard by that Garibaldi stepway that goes up into town. And it's not too bad. These glass panels I hate, because when you're looking down on top of the trees, I get that vertigo feeling. But this is almost the view of the mountains I'm looking for. Look here, how far north you can see the mountains. And these are the Apennines. They're not as big and grand as the Alps, but just huge spaces here and all green. And this is Umbria. A lot of agriculture. I can see, you probably can't see it in the video, but across that green field, you go down through the trees there, a bunch of trees, and there's a strip of green running from left to right. And on the far side of that strip of green is the A1 interstate, Autostrada. And we can see south here, I don't know how far. It's not as perfect as I would like. I want to get on the other side of the little bamboo fence there. Then we can see farther south. But you can see farther. It's a great shot of the mountains here. And there's old Citta della Pieve there. There's a new part of town. You have to go down that. I don't know if you could see that street or not. You see that house down there with the little blue pool? Anyway, you go down that street. One of those two streets through one of these olive groves. Come on, Noki. And that gets you over to Tuscany, and south of southern Tuscany, and into some other beautiful territory there. And a couple nice towns to go through too. On the side of this mountain, wait here, this mountain. Yeah, no, you go over this mountain and it's the next mountain behind it. You can't see it from here. They have huge bonfires for Christmas on Christmas Eve. Piles of logs 20 feet high that they light on fire. 8 or 10 of them in town. I mean, we were there Christmas Day on the way to visit some people. Come on, Coco. And we didn't quite get to, we didn't stay long enough. Here you can see fairly far south, out through there. So whoever owns this this house on the corner here has a spectacular view. And some of those up there too. This guy doesn't have the windows on the right side to get the good views. Doesn't matter. It's not all about you. It's nice to have a couple, but you can pay an enormous amount of money for some of these views and not get a very good house. Yeah, here's Viale Garibaldi. Coco, seguire. So we're going to walk in the ditch here along the street, which isn't the best. Now here's an interesting stone wall. Stone and brick. Looks cool. Okay, come on guys, let's go. Okay, so I'm just going to get the video on here for a little tiny bit while we drive out of town. I don't know, I doubt very many people like the videos I do of me driving accelerated speed on the video, some long distance. You have to watch out driving here though. I'll just take this minute while we're driving out of Citta della Pieve. Because there's a nice view of the wall of the city coming up here, and there's also a nice view off to the right here. I'll try to grab it of the oh, I was wrong. I'm not where I thought it was. Of the mountains as you go further south from here. So I'm trying to see a parking spot here. I'll just maybe twist the camera here at just the right minute. But I did want to mention, most cars are still manual here. You can get an automatic rental, but you have to make reservations for it, and they may not have it there when you get there. So you have to be careful about that. Now here's this view. Let's see if I could pull off here. Well, there's a restaurant wine bar there. And that one, Locanda della Pica. That one is going to have a spectacular view. Off there, there's a bunch of bushes, and here the carabinieri always sits right here. I don't know why. I've seen them there at least 50% of the time. Let's try to pull off right up here. See if we can do it. Yep, okay. I think here we can get it. Now this is a public street here. It's all gated off. And here I'm just going to park and take a look at the view. Although we're going to have to look through these fences. Yeah, you can see the haze because that's so far away. So I guess we do have a little haze today. But we saw that peak from the last view a few minutes ago. And yeah, these are just animal pens up here. That guy's got a spectacular spot. But right up here where these animal pens are, wow. Okay, that's enough. So, Citta della Pieve. Yeah, so as we're driving back, I did want to say, and I'm making these comments again because a friend is going to visit in the spring. They're planning a trip, so I thought I'd just make some comments, helpful comments. When we came up here, we had weekends and a little bit less during the week, but certainly on weekends. Out in the country here, there's not a lot of traffic. It's great, but the traffic you do get, sometimes there are groups of bicyclists, there are a lot of runners, but bicyclists are the main thing. And we got behind a guy that really wanted to hog the road this morning. Let's get the camera better. There we go. So you've got to watch for them. I ran into a couple of tourists from a couple ladies. One was from California, one was from New York, traveling together. And the one lady was a little bit tipsy, and she said, "Oh, I love these Italian roads. You can really drive like crazy." I can't remember her exact comments, but it was obvious she was enjoying the freedom of the road like the Grand Prix. You should not do that here, because these bends, you can get around, get around a bend, and there's a couple of bicyclists across the road, and they usually work in single file, but it's a danger. I'm not going to make all the comments about the roads themselves. This is just a marvelous secondary road. It's a little bit of bumpy here and there. It's funny how they repair the roads. They'll do a little piece at a time, maybe a kilometer at a time. And if the area between these freshly paved patches is bumpy, so be it. They patch the bumpiest part, and they're generally pretty good. Like, here, for instance, is a nice fresh part. And you can probably hear there's a little bit less road noise, but it's a little, it's not perfect. It's not paved this year or last year. It's probably 5 years old. I don't know how many years old it is. I'm not a road person. So anyway, there was something else I wanted to say about, I did mention about automatic transmissions. If you don't drive a standard transmission well, because, getting the hang of a manual transmission on the way out of the rental car office, if you've never driven one or haven't driven one for a long time, that's not the place to do that. There's not a lot of room for error because things are narrow here and small and dense. You don't have wide open spaces in those airport areas, and getting in and out of them, and the highways, people do drive fast, and there's a little bit of dense traffic. So that's I would say, as I said, unless you have a lot of experience with manual transmissions and can get pretty good, extremely fast, reserve an automatic in advance and make sure it's with a company that will guarantee it's going to be there. So I don't know. I've used Sicily by car a couple of times. They've been okay. I don't know that they're the best in the world or not, but they've done okay. And they seem to give Americans, or at least in the Florence airport, or was that Milan? I forget. One time, they said, "Oh, in America, you're American. You're going. Let's go with a bigger car. It's better for the highway." And I don't think it was an indirect reference to the size of some Americans, because I'm not that big. I don't know, but maybe it's just a kind of a courtesy for a highway. The larger cars. I think she gave us a Fiat 500X, which is a
totally different car than a Fiat 500. They're microscopic. And it did very well for us. So there's another nice piece of road. We'll be home in about 15 minutes. It's only about a half an hour to get to Citta della Pieve from our house. And it's not even necessarily that much nicer than the other half dozen places you can get to from our house in I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour tops. 45 minutes, I think you're in Assisi, and certainly in Perugia in half an hour, maybe 40 minutes if you include the tram ride to the top. You don't have to take the tram, but it's nice. It's only $1.50 for one direction, so $3 round trip. 2 people traveling, $6. You can park in a gigantic parking lot, which is easy to park in, and it's out in the sun. That's the only downside of that massive parking lot. They have a big market there on Saturdays too. I mean, it's much, much, much bigger than the one we were just at there at Citta della Pieve. But now we're winding down the hill. And right across the valley there, you can see it right about now. See it there? That is Piegaro, which is kind of like the county seat, the provincial. Wait, it's a commune. I get confused. Commune of Piegaro. There's okay. Comment I forgot to make was 2 other ones. Automated traffics, automated speed detection. They have these things all over the place. A lot of small towns have them, and certainly, there's the Carabinieri. But on the Autostrada, there are a couple, certainly. And Google Maps does a reasonably good job of telling you and warning you in advance, but you really have to pay attention because they don't give enough advance warning to really slow down if you're driving at pretty good speed. So that ticket goes automatically to your rental car company and gets tacked onto your bill. I haven't got too many. I've only got 2, and I haven't been that far over the limit. But you can't be over the limit by even 1 kilometer per hour. So there's that. Waze, I guess on that topic we should also say Waze is supposed to be better, I've heard, than Google Maps. I don't know. I tried Waze once, thought, whatever. I just went to Google Maps. What was the other thing I was going to mention here? I'll mention that in a minute. Okay, there's the sign. It says, Controlla Elettronica della Velocità. They do have warning signs, so there's really no good reason to get one. So, and there's another sign on this one, 2 of them. And there's the device on the left, right as you get under this bridge. It's that camera on a pole. Now, they're not usually like that. That's of the probably, I don't know, 50 of these things I've seen in my small travels in central Italy. That's the only one I've seen mounted on a pole. All the rest of them have been like a box alongside of the road. Very close to the road, too. And some are painted blue, and some are painted orange. Those are the only 2 colors I've seen. So watch out for those. And there was a second item, I can't remember what the heck it was. I can't drive and think at the same time. So, I'll pause it here. Okay, so we turned back into Tavernelli here. The other thing, no, this isn't the other thing, but it's something else I thought is an issue, is fueling up in Italy. There are a lot of self-service gas stations, but they don't always take every credit card. They seem to be, I haven't figured out the rules on credit card usage here yet at the pump. So they take cash. I would always have at least 100 euros in 20s That way, because I did see a guy lose 50 euros once in one of those pumps. You know, you can afford to lose it if you're vacationing here. It's not the end of the world. But you know, it's better to lose 20 euros than 50. Yeah, I don't know what he did wrong. He was a local guy, lived here. He should know how to do this. I, for that reason, always go to where they pump your gas. Because I'm lazy and it's not that much more expensive and whatever. Those are my reasons. And Sundays, these places where they'll pump your gas for you are closed. Very often they're closed Saturday afternoon. Just a few are open on Sunday, even Saturday morning. So you got to gas up during the week, and definitely Friday night have a full tank, and just, you know, because running up and down over the hills, the cars here aren't good on gas, but you know, you might get some fuel monster if you get a Jeep or something like that. Ah, he's open. Okay, so let's go to this guy for once, because he's pretty close to us. Servito. So self is self-serve, servito is they'll serve it, and aperto means he's open. Good. Okay, right about there. Okay, I gotta shut off the video to use the translator. So these are these machines they have at the gas pump. You have to tell it what pump you're trying to work with, and yeah, I've used Visa and American Express. I don't remember if I remember my American Express, but my Visa card for some reason doesn't work, and it's a pretty full-featured, I don't know, Amazon rewards back card. And yeah, anyway, today we're getting it pumped, and I got to get you a picture. Up there you can see a little patch of yellow. If you get closer to these patches of yellows, they turn out to be fields full of sunflower. That's the reason I wanted to mention today's date. It's July 6th, and I've seen a number of them in full bloom. They're gorgeous. Looks a little dry right here now. They just harvested something off this field. Okay, stazione di servizio con operatore, which means, you know, it's exactly what you think it means. So we're not going to go into Tavernale. We're not going to head home either. Why did we come over here? I don't know. I am so not worried about trying to remember things that I'm losing my memory. I don't think I'm actually losing my memory. Maybe. How would you know? Anyway, I think we might go over to the lake. What do you think, Coco? Noki? Should we go to the lake? Oh, I remember why we're coming over here. I need to stop and see if they've got my brush chipper fixed yet. Dang it. Yeah, so we're going to have to go back to Tavernale. Yes, and on that brush chipper, that's an important fact, is that, you know, Sundays here, they close, and often Saturday afternoons they close, and some businesses Saturday and Sunday completely close, so that's a little getting used to. And when you're, you know, the big cities, it's like the U.S. You get out here in the country, yeah, it's a little bit more relaxed, and people take a weekend, and maybe that's why it's so tranquil. I don't know, but you have to plan around. And the other thing is, the afternoon lunch breaks, the break, usually from, and it varies a little bit from business to business depending on what they want to do. A lot of small businesses will close, and even like medium-sized things that you'd expect to be open in the afternoon. In the afternoon from, I'd say the core hours of closure are from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Some people will go from noon to 2, some will go from 2 to 4. It depends. Okay, here's where we need to stop. Okay, let's see if they're open. Gates open. Fantastic. Okay, this is the Tractor Supply store here. And I'm gonna see if they're done with my chipper. No shade to park in. Okay, so I got my brush chipper back, and with 15 minutes till they close, it's 11:45 on Saturday, July the 6th. And yeah, I don't know if we're gonna go back out again today. Maybe we'll just take the chipper home. And no, it's too hot to do that. So here's our conundrum, and this is good to keep in mind. It's pretty hot here in this June, July, August time frame. Once you get to about 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock, maybe you could push it to. Depends on your elevation, if you have a breeze and so forth. But it's a hot place. People just slow down here. It's like Spain in the afternoon because it's just, you know, crazy to fight it. Not that there's nothing happening. You can always get a coffee or a sandwich or something, but a lot of places close, even food places, unless you're in the bigger towns. They'll close at 1 o'clock. People get their lunch, and then they close shop until dinner time. And some places don't reopen until usually 7:30. Dinner's, supper's, cena, supper, the evening meal, is pretty late. Usually 7:30, 8 o'clock. Sometimes you can get in at 7. And a lot of pizza shops, some will stay open, some will close. It's a little bit hit or miss on that. You could be, well, I won't go into that any further. So you've got to kind of look ahead on the food thing. Oh, you want to pass me? Go ahead there, buddy. Yeah, these little white vans, that one's not so little. The backbone of Italy's economy. Oh my gosh, there's one ahead of me, one behind me. And some of them drive like maniacs because that's all they do. They've got to get there. I mean, that might be full of pastries or bread or meats or cheeses or gosh knows what, clothing, getting it from one shop to the next or from a distributor. Some of them are those people that run the markets, but those little white vans you've got to watch out for. The other end of the spectrum, the slow side, let's not talk about Ferraris and such because you only see all that stuff on the interstate. They can't even negotiate these roads. Some of them are so bumpy. But that's on the high-speed things. I think there are a lot of arrogant drivers here, just like the United States, that pass when they shouldn't, pass in dangerous places, driving like they're the only person on the entire highway system. And then the other ones are the slow ones you've got to watch. That's what I call the classic old man in a Fiat Panda, the first generation Pandas. You find them out in the countryside here because they're very practical. Small four-wheel drive, they can go anywhere, good on fuel, very sparse, inexpensive, easy to accommodate, or fix and things. They run forever. Looks like a Volkswagen Rabbit from back in the day. But they are notoriously slowly driven. They're underpowered for one thing, and I can't tell you how many times I've had to just slow down behind an old man in a Panda. And it's fine, if you're in a hurry and have a deadline to get from here to there or whatever, that's not a good way to plan here. You can't pack in a tight itinerary and keep your blood pressure levels low, because there are all kinds of things that will slow you down and so forth, or catch your eye, and so to relax in Italy, leave lots and lots and lots of time. And should we go up on the hill and get a coffee, Coco, before we unload our Cippatore? What time is it? 12 o'clock? Noon? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we heard. Let's go have a coffee. Get our favorite spot there and sit in the breeze. There's a veranda on the side of our bar here. And let's see, noon. We're going to have a little gathering up there already, I suppose. No, it is 11:50. 11:59. If we go 12, there it is. It's noon. So we could actually have a glass of wine if we wanted to. Or not. I don't know. A glass of wine and a nap. That's a great thing to do when it's so hot out. Which interferes with your hotel check-in, check-out schedule sometimes. So here we go. This pink building right here. Our house is down there to the left. This pink building here is a pasticceria. Oh, they make some beautiful little pastas in there. Not pastas, cookies and cakes and what do they call them? Cornettos, which is a, you know, what's the French one called there? Croissant. I forget that. You know, it's a few words. I'm forgetting the English version now. So maybe we'll go up and see if they have any non-dolce cornettos, and the three of us can split it. Since we had gelato for breakfast, we also have a cornetto for lunch. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we got a parking spot. No! Sorrow's here. There's a couple of people here. Yeah, we can stop down and say hello, I guess. Yeah, there they are at the corner table. Yeah, let's go over there. Say hi to the crew. Park.